Good afternoon, everyone. Please be seated. I'm Stephen Stohn, the Chancellor of Trent University and a proud graduate of this great institution. Over the past 7 years, I've given many addresses, and most of them have returned to three themes. First, I've often spoken about Tom Simons, the president of the university when I was a student here back in the mid-1960s, Trent's founding years. His vision has endured quietly, persistently, and continues to shape Trent today. Second, I have spoken about the major challenges facing us, things like the climate crisis, the growing polarization of our societies, and technological change. In recent years, I have increasingly focused on artificial intelligence because it may well be the defining force of our time. At first glance, these themes, Tom Simons' vision and the rise of AI, may seem unrelated, but in fact, they are connected. And they lead to a new theme, hope. In particular, the new hope embodied in you, our graduating students. Tom Simons believed in the value of a liberal arts education, not as an abstract ideal, but as a practical preparation for life. An education that teaches us to think critically, connect ideas across disciplines, understand other perspectives, and better understand the human condition. That vision matters now more than ever, because we are entering a world in which we cannot predict what jobs or even what industries will exist in a few years' time. The world around us is not simply changing, it is being redefined. As artificial intelligence evolves, we are likely to see extraordinary breakthroughs in things like medicine, energy, and environmental sustainability. But alongside these advances will come disruption, new inequalities, widespread misinformation, challenges to mental health, and profound changes to the nature of work itself. Some of these forces will be beyond our control, but not all. We will still have choices about how we use these technologies, how we govern them, and how we respond to their consequences. And beyond policy and economics lies an even deeper question. What does it mean to live a meaningful life in a rapidly changing world? That is why the qualities fostered by a liberal arts education, the ability to think, to adapt, to remain open, and remain human, these are so important. Which means places like Trent are not just relevant, they are essential, or put another way, the world needs more Trent. And importantly, the world needs more of you, our new hope. Many students will graduate this year across Canada and around the world, but you carry something distinctive. You have been shaped by this place, by its values, its curiosity, and its sense of community. And so when I say you are our new hope, I really mean it. Not simply because of your skills or accomplishments, but because of your judgment, your empathy, and your willingness to think deeply and care deeply about the world you are about to shape. That is your responsibility, and it is also your opportunity. My parting wish for you, may you use that opportunity well. Thank you.
Anine, bienvenue, and good afternoon. I believe we have a raucous set of graduates today, and I'm looking forward to today's ceremony. My name is Cathy Bruce. I am the president of Trent University and vice chancellor. And as president, I must tell you, Convocation is a very special time of year. It's very uplifting for me personally, but I know it's also extremely important for all of our staff and faculty. Together, we aim to support our students in their learning and growth, in the classroom, in the lab, on the athletics field, along the river, while on placements on the land, and in the many extracurricular activities available. I hope that for you, graduates, you take this moment to celebrate your hard-earned degree, the knowledge and skills you've developed as a curious, lifelong learner, and your newfound network and friendships. To all of the family members and supporters here today, it's my honor and pleasure to welcome you to the Michisaukee Anishinaabe territory. To the First Peoples who have shared this land and their teachings with Trent since its inception over 60 years ago, we are deeply grateful for this friendship. Chi-miigwech to members of Curve Lake First Nation. Welcome to staff and faculty from the First Peoples House of Learning and the Chani-Wenjack School for Indigenous Studies, who led the procession with the Eagle staffs, water, eagle feather, and condolence cane as a form of honor and respect for our graduates. I'd like to recognize and extend a warm welcome to current and emeritus board members, Dr. Andrew Vergdenhill, Eric Hanna, Yancey Craig, Dr. Armand Labarge, Jazz Rain, and Patty Lovett-Reed. Thank you. And welcome to those around the world watching on live stream. We're very pleased to have you with us today. Trent has had many firsts. In the realm of Indigenous education, this includes the first Indigenous Studies program in Canada and the first Indigenous PhD program in Canada. We've made efforts in responding to the calls for action of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission over these past 10 years, but there's more to do. And I look forward to the next 10 years of reconciliation resurgence efforts at Trent. We've also developed robust graduate-level programs of prominence in the arts, in the sciences, and in the professional streams. And you're going to meet some of those graduates today. Because a Trent education leads to self-knowledge. Education brings risk-taking and failure and getting back up. And in that way, it builds grit. Education also brings success and joy, as in today. Education leads to creativity and flexing that muscle called curiosity. And education leads to the quiet power of critical thinking. In a world of growing geopolitical strife, misinformation, disinformation, and polarization, the role of critical and constructive thinking must not be underestimated and is a cornerstone of a Trent education. And finally, it's important for us to remember that education is a privilege. With education comes a greater chance of arriving at humility, respect, peace, and solution finding. In this time of reflection, I've been thinking about why Trent is such a unique and consequential place of learning, and I'm going to sum up my thinking very simply. Students come to Trent to learn in an interdisciplinary and personalized setting with outstanding learning opportunities. Because at Trent, we stand out by standing closer. At Trent, you are seen and you are heard. Students stay at Trent because this is the place to be and become. We challenge you through academic rigor and interdisciplinary exploration, and we expect you to challenge yourself along the way, building your sense of agency and your voice. And in the end, you leave Trent as leaders, engaged, agile, and prepared. Trent builds leadership, and as you progress on your pathway from learning to legacy, I cannot wait to see what you do as you continue to build your legacy in Canada and further afield. How fortunate we are, and Trent has been, to have had you at this time. Congratulations, graduates. So this convocation is in some ways a traditional academic ceremony with a procession, fancy gowns, very unusual hats, formal language, and other pomp and circumstance. At the same time, though, convocation is a celebration. And you can see that in several ways. And I'm just going to invite our Chancellor and our Vice President and our Registrar to come up here and do a little bit of modeling for us. And so what's very important is the party on the feet. These are our Trent shoes. Can't go without those for convocation. And that is a sign of our fun side of convocation. More to come. We're thrilled and honored to celebrate today in true Trent style. And for those in the audience, we want you to feel free to cheer, shout, and honor your graduates as you wish. We strongly encourage shouts of joy, especially since you have helped your graduates get to this point in their lives. And when you're shouting for joy, I expect some of you might be thinking, this is the end of an era of e-transfers. I'm really sorry to let you know that as a mother of two graduates, I'll just refrain from disappointing you today. We're going to interpret your cheers and hoots of hollers as expressions of pride. Congratulations, graduates. I look forward to hearing about the many adventures in your bright future. And it's now my pleasure to introduce an individual whose remarkable contributions will be recognized with an honorary Doctor of Laws. It's my privilege to introduce Dr. Mike DeGagné. A distinguished leader in Indigenous education and a champion of reconciliation in Canada. Mike is a member of the Northwest Angle 37 First Nation and has dedicated his career to advancing meaningful change through education, leadership, and community-based healing. As the founding executive director of the Aboriginal Healing Foundation, he led a national Indigenous organization committed to addressing the enduring impacts of Canada's residential school system, helping to lay vital groundwork for healing and reconciliation across the country. Mike has also been a trailblazer in post-secondary education. As president and vice chancellor of Nipissing University, he became one of the first Indigenous leaders to head a Canadian public university, championing inclusive and innovative approaches to higher education. He later served as president and CEO of Inspire, Canada's largest Indigenous-led charity, where he oversaw national programs that support and invest in First Nations, Inuit, and Métis students, opening doors and creating pathways for future generations. Throughout his career, Mike has advanced a powerful vision of education as a force for equity, empowerment, and reconciliation. His contributions have been widely recognized, including the Order of Canada, the Order of Ontario, and the Inspire Award for Public Service. Today, we honor Dr. Mike DeGagné for his extraordinary leadership, his commitment to Indigenous communities, and his lasting impact on education and resurgence in Canada. Mr. Chancellor, it is with deep respect and admiration that I present to you Dr. Mike DeGagné, the degree, Honorary Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. Congratulations, Dr. DeGagné. I now invite you to address convocation. I'll just move this up a bit.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's lovely. Mr. Chancellor, Madam President, graduates, family and faculty and friends, thank you all for being here to celebrate this wonderful achievement. You know, one of the best parts of graduations you never get to see, and that is as the graduates come in, the graduates come in through the hall at the back, faculty has an opportunity to celebrate with them, and staff and administration cheer for them, clap for them. It's a lovely moment, and one I hope that you'll treasure. This is especially a significant honor for me today, especially coming from Trent, listening to the President's words, 1969, when you established the very first bachelor's degree in Indigenous Studies, master's programs, more recently, the first PhD in Indigenous Studies, to receive an honorary degree from this institution for someone who has worked a lifetime in Indigenous education and with communities is a special, special privilege, and I thank you for it. Thank you. So congratulations to you and on your achievement. And so I'll just, I'll say two things. And the first is this, and I'm going to bring Inspire into this. I have the pleasure of having some of my colleagues from Inspire here today. And so Inspire, as was said, is Canada's largest national Indigenous charity and raises funds for Indigenous post-secondary education. How Inspire started was with an idea. And that idea was that we have excellence, we have achievement in the Indigenous community, but nobody really hears a lot about it. So over 35 years ago, a group sat down, I was part of that group, and formed the National Native Role Model Program. And we sought maybe 12 to 14 Indigenous role models every year. We would select them, and we'd photograph them and put their image on a huge poster and put an inspirational saying from each one of them on this poster. So every year we had this poster series that we created. And rolled them up, put them in a tube, and we sent them to Indigenous high schools, Indigenous grade schools. Every band office in the country received them. Universities received them. Everybody got them. It was a real hit. And after doing this for a year or two, someone said, you know, it's great that we celebrate the high achievers in our community, but what about those heroes and those role models that are closer to home? And so we implemented a program that only lasted 1 year. And one day, I swear I will rejuvenate this program, but it lasted 1 year. And what we did was we asked through all the Indigenous high schools and grade schools, write us a letter, as a student, write us a letter and tell us who your role model is. It was probably the most difficult process of selection to find, you know, a couple of outstanding examples, because every one of them was so meaningful and impactful, every one of those letters. We received hundreds of them. And so you would expect that when we ask people, especially young people, to choose their role models and their heroes, that they would choose sports heroes or somebody that was prominent in the news, but they almost never did. They chose you. They chose their parents. They chose their uncle. They chose a neighbor, a grandmother that raised them. So I want you to keep in mind as you move forward that this is a great achievement. This is your day, but there are eyes upon you. People are watching you. We have a phrase in Anishinaabe, Mino Bimadzwan, living the good life. And so your challenge is to live the good life in harmony and in peace and with the eyes of others upon you, watching you, who are inspired by what you've done. That's my first thing. The second thing is a little more mundane, but every bit as important, and I'll tell you where this comes from. Every once in a while, I'm fortunate enough to get to be a citizenship court judge. And so I lead people through the oath of citizenship. And a typical ceremony wouldn't be a whole lot smaller than this. There may be 120 people who have come to become citizens of Canada. There might be 60 language groups, 60 different countries involved. People bring their families, their friends. This is often the culmination of a really long journey to get to be a Canadian citizen. And it's a very programmed piece of work, and of course the oath doesn't change, but I get to insert 1 or 2 paragraphs of my own feelings into this ceremony right in the middle. And here's what I challenge others to do, and I challenge you to do this today. See this country. See what Canada has to offer. The statistics would say that most of you who graduate from Trent have lived probably no more than 100 kilometers from Trent. And it's not to say that you'll spend the rest of your lives here or in Southern Ontario, but chances are you'll be fairly local. And that's fine. But what I need you to do is to get in the car and drive to Whitehorse. That's what I need you to do, okay? So before mom and dad sell the old car and nobody cares about kilometers or mileage anymore, get in that car before you do anything else and drive and see this country. You will quickly find that this country needs you, and not just here, but everywhere. And so I invite you to see what is a magnificent place to live, to really experience, to make your contributions here and elsewhere, and I congratulate you on a wonderful achievement. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. DeGagné, for those inspiring and insightful remarks. It's really wonderful to hear a little bit more about your experiences and how those help our graduates. All right, graduates, it's time. Time to cross the stage, the part you've been waiting for, and officially become alumni of Trent. Graduates, here's how it works. I want to give you a little bit of instruction. So, Dr. Suzanne Bailey, Associate Dean of Graduate Studies, is going to read your name. And this is your moment in the spotlight. Take a deep breath, hold your head high, and move purposefully toward the Chancellor. Smile and pose for a photo. Then you will join me for another photo. And finally, you'll complete your moment of fame by meeting Dr. Armand Labarge, a proud Trent alum, who will warmly welcome you to the alumni family. Graduates, are you ready? That's what I want to hear. Excellent. Mr. Chancellor, Dr. Suzanne Bailey, Associate Dean of Graduate Studies, will now present candidates for all degrees.
Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for all doctoral degrees the candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor that they may receive the degree at your hands. To recognize the fact that these students have achieved the highest academic degree awarded and are now eligible to become professors, after they cross the stage and get their photo taken, they will join the faculty section and sit with them for the remainder of the ceremony. Derek James Newman Still. The President's Medal was established in 2009 to reward academic excellence and the achievement at the graduate studies level. The medal is presented by both the Chancellor and the graduate supervisor. Mr. Chancellor, please present the President's Medal in the Doctor of Philosophy graduate program to Lisa Trefesker-Clark. Caroline Mary Van Every Albert. Michael J. Lane. Jason Fenno. Philip Abbott. Peggy Shaughnessy. Emma Kazecki. Daniel Palberg. Marie-Laurence Cossette. Anne Corkery. Mr. Chancellor, the Government General's Academic Medal to reward scholastic merit was established in 1873 by the Earl of Dufferin, who served as Governor General of Canada from 1872 to 1878. The medal is presented by both the Chancellor and the graduate supervisor. Mr. Chancellor, please present the gold medal to William David Kim. Amanda Marie Seto. Yu Chen Song. Jordan Lee Etherington. L.A. Alfonso. Taylor Marie Brown. Tucker William Cambridge. Claire Stevens. Hamant Edward France. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of all doctoral degrees. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for the degree of Master of Arts the candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has declared duly worthy of the honor, that they may receive the degree at your hands. Zoe Amanda Imram. Pearl Leah Finkelzahn. Tamara Thompson. Angela Devon Slater Meadows. Alex Dang. Liam Peter Andrews. Chloe DeVoe. Olivia Marina Valerie Cosmopoulos. William John Ritza. Logan Alexander Elson. Desiree. Alexandra Miller Gerard. Taylor Carmel Taniguchi. Lilia Amy Best. Stephanie Altman. Maggie Elizabeth Wareham. Michelle Barnes. Emmanuel Ni Amwi Amwi. Daniel Osono Mensah Abrampe. Anthony Mensah. Oscar Getorko Gebeku. Kenneth Michael Ni Arma Adama. Justice Asante. Jamila Idris Haruna. Mr. Chancellor, the President's Medal was established in 2009 to reward academic excellence and achievement at the graduate studies level. The medal is presented by both the Chancellor and the graduate supervisor. Mr. Chancellor, please present the President's Medal in the Master of Arts graduate program to Sarah McNeely. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Master of Arts. Mr. Chancellor, I'm pleased to present for the degree of Master of Bioenvironmental Monitoring and Assessment the candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor, that they may receive the degree at your hands. Steph Michael Ramunyaka. Valeria Montes Urego. Matthew Brimball. Taylor Vaz. Laura Bone. Brooke Pearson. Kai Brooker. Alicia Faith Palmer. Brendan Jonathan Fredericks. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Master of Bioenvironmental Monitoring and Assessment. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for the degree of Master of Education the candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor that they may receive the degree at your hands. Abigail Crockett. Christina McDonald. Jessica Kensington. Liam Korchuk. Emma Marie Pfeiffer. Chloe Armstrong. Marlon Desmond Adams. Marjorie Kavik Kalarak. Zoe Elizabeth Lito McGee. Jamie Cinnamon Elisa Stewart. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Master of Education. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for the degree of Master of Instrumental Chemical Analysis the candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor, that they may receive the degree at your hands. Vanessa Ninette Tully. Talia Below. Banafshi Nefurushan. Mira Jolly. Fazia Mohammed Hanif Kazi. Shara Shrestha. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Master of Instrumental Chemical Analysis. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for the degree of Master of Management the candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor, that they may receive the degree at your hands. Kokbao Gyanding. Noor Elamushi. Pedro Marin Galaga. Isan Salehi. Imtiaz Hossein Faravi. Mohammed Imran Hussain. Solomon Ahassan Yisa. Farhana Ahmed. Afia Zahin. Mohammed Akhtaruzaman. Mohammed Arshad Mohammed Jamil. Afsara Tazneen Susmi. Akif Shadman Pathan. Kenny Nileshbhai Patel. Tamreen Kabir. Shivani Shetty. Tina Jamali Jagdani. Davina Aibong. Abne Dakwan Opari Ado. Negar Hojati. Jiaxin Xu. Minghao Guan. Leanne Li. Yan Wang. Xiao Ling Rei. Yuting Jiang. Shiru Fan. Ashley Mafumo. Emmanuel Amewa Antwi. Deborah Temitope Osalusi. Balaji Toke. Oliadi Ofisayo Adaribigebe. Mercy Ivayeta Ikianako Metuono. Savir Chowdhury. Samin Hassan. Mohammed Monoare Hossein. Etishama Haq. Tarima Bilkis. Aiti Akhter. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Master of Management. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for the degree of Master of Science the candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor that they may receive the degree at your hands. Rachel Dickinson. Ryan Joseph Palowski. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Master of Science. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for the degree of Master of Science in Forensic Science the candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor that they may receive the degree at your hands. Angela Patricia Alape Orozco. Krupa Patel. Gabrielle Anki Shao. Megan Hannah Rodriguez. Erica Nicole Holman. Emma Michelle Ferguson. Sabrina Isabella Brizuela Andrade. Elliot Mackesy. Chloe Rebecca Barltrop. Alex Badatuzzi. Braden Roy Ellis. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Master of Science in Forensic Science. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for the degree of Master of Science in Nursing the candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor, that they may receive the degree at your hands. Shauna Kirsten Petter. Sophie Elizabeth Heffernan. Hillary Elizabeth McDonald. Elsa Ivick. Hillary Marie McGregor Hughes. Christian Savannah Green. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Master of Science in Nursing. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for all graduate diplomas candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor, that they may receive the certificate at your hands. Cathy Larivière. What? And that is the Bachelor of Arts in the Honors Program. Jordan Paul Shusky. Icana Erica Michelle Soulière. Maylee Jane Plummer. Carter James Rogers Forrester. Naomi Joy Rogers. Maddie Gardner. Caitlin Hayes. Molly McIntosh. Abigail Marlene Ferguson. Lindsay Madison Trahan. Jacob Luxton. Angela Bell. Landon Van Dyke. Daniel Montero Arias. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Arts in the Honors Program. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in the General Program the candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor, that they may receive the degree at your hands. Austin Wathen Fournier. Madeline Patricia Sanchez. Denise Sanders Nakaji. Lillian Amelia Michelle Terpstra. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Arts in the General Program. Mr. Chancellor, I'm pleased to present for all graduate diplomas candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor, that they may receive the certificate at your hands. Camelia Kathleen Ellis. And please join me in congratulating our recipient of graduate diplomas today. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for all undergraduate diplomas the candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor, that they may receive the diploma at your hands. Cheyenne Marilyn Marie Kirk Jacobs Culkeen. And please join me in welcoming our recipient of our undergraduate diploma today. Mr. Chancellor, I ask you to confer degrees in absentia on candidates whose names are before you and who are unable to be with us today. Mr. Chancellor, David Newhouse will now introduce the honor song.
Before all words can be spoken, we bring greetings to all of creation. We give thanks for the rising of the sun and the light and the warmth that it brings. We give thanks for another day of life. Mr. Chancellor, Madam President, honored guests, graduates. In the custom of the first peoples of this land, we offer the sound of the drum to honor our mother, the earth. We send our profound and deepest thanks to all creation, and we greet the world with gladness and embrace the richness, diversity, and wonder that is life. In Anishinaabe teachings, the sound of the drum represents the original sound of creation. This sound reverberates still throughout the universe and infuses our being with life. We sound the drum to connect us with creation, to honor and celebrate life, and to remember to live with humility and kindness among all living beings. We offer these words of praise to those graduating today. We offer these words of thanksgiving to those who have made these accomplishments possible. We offer these words of respect and honor to those who strive to bring dignity to our lives. And we offer these words to remind us of the 7 grandfather teachings, to live with humility, bravery, honesty, wisdom, truth, respect, and love. We offer this sound to restore our good minds so that we can do no harm and we can act for the good. And we offer this song to accompany you on your travels. May you travel well, and may your lives be filled with grace and dignity. And we offer this song to honor Mike DeGagné, whose outstanding contribution to healing our bodies, minds, and spirits through education. Mr. Chancellor, Madam President, honored guests, graduates, I have the pleasure of presenting Unity and the Honor Song. I would ask you to stand if you are able. Unity will sing Aurora. In the Inuit tradition, the Aurora represent the spirits of our ancestors dancing in the skies, and they dance today in celebration of our graduates and their achievements. And thank you, Unity. And you may be seated. And now that the dancing in the sky is over, dancing on earth may begin. And in the honor of the Chancellor, may the force be with you always.
Thank you, Dr. Newhouse. Miigwech Unity. As we come to the conclusion of the ceremony, I want to thank you all for being here today. Graduates, no matter where you go, know that you have a network of support as a member of the Trent family with over 70,000 alumni. We hope you'll stay in touch, come back to participate in special events, and continue to build your Trent network. I'd like to ask the graduates to stand for a moment and help me with something. Okay, there's been a lot of well-deserved celebration of you today. But I think there may be people in the audience or on live stream who helped you along the way with your journey through the good and the bad and the emotionally challenging, maybe even financially. So, could you please give a big round of applause to your supporters? Thank you, and you may be seated. I see some real love there, even blowing kisses, so it's all good. Parents and supporters, following the ceremony, please feel free to take photos with your graduate. It's a beautiful campus, and we have some really nice backdrops in the Student Center. There's a beautiful walkway along the river that's just been restored, and it takes you to the Battle Library and the Scott Lopez Court. All of those are gorgeous for photos. And now we will end with the singing of O Canada. I'm going to ask you to remain standing at the end, if you're able, until the procession has left the stage. Mr. Chancellor, I call upon you to dismiss Convocation.
Thank you, Madam President. What a wonderful day. You mentioned earlier in your remarks that these ceremonies are a mix of the formal and the informal. Well, we are now reaching the purely informal part. By the power vested in me by the Senate of Trent University, I now declare it's time to celebrate, it's time to party, Convocation is dismissed.